Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back. Today's video is a little tiny bench vise. We got 3-inch jaws. This is a Columbian 143. My wife just picked it up at a yard sale, and I think we're gonna do a bit of a restoration on this. She definitely needs some love, but it's a stationary, but yeah, I want to get her stripped down and thrown in the evaporust. I want it to soak in there a few days, so I'll probably break the whole thing down today, get it taken apart, and then we'll just throw it in the evaporust and pull it out in a few days, probably next weekend, and start another video. So let's get this one rolling. Take this little guy apart. There's not much to him. Not much at all. No internals to pull out. It's just the Acme screw. Oh, where are you? Acme screw runs through. What am I doing? Acme screw runs through right here, and it's just threaded the whole way through, so there's nothing to pull out. I don't know if these screws are going to come out that hold the jaws in, but I guess we can give it a shot. They are a little loose, but that's usually a telltale sign to me that they're frozen. So let me grab a screwdriver, try and get this split ring off here, and pry her out. There we go. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. See, putting this ring back on is easy. You just slide it back over and then crimp it in place. Didn't want to have to do this, but guess a little bit of lube ain't gonna hurt, right? Once it hits the threads, it'll just thread itself right off. I say that, but not even there yet. Here we go. Take this little guy off. Boom. 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 And boom. Look at that. I do want to try. And pop these screws loose. Oh, holy criminy. It's kind of amazing. You guys see that? That is totally amazing as far as I'm concerned. I mean, seriously. Will this side be as gracious? Not there. And this one's moving. How about that? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not even in frame. Let's put a little bit of lube on there, see what happens. Let's soak in a little. Look at that, that's all it needed. Little tiny bit of lube. Alright, the jaws are out. Sweet. Look at that. Let's back this thing up a little bit. There we go. We got all the carnage in there. Back it out a little bit more. There we go. Hopefully you guys can fully see. Oop, just dropped my screwdriver. So yeah, a little bit of creeping oil and those screws popped right out. So I want to throw these parts in these magnetic trays. And then I want to throw all this in the evaporust. Hopefully in a few days, everything will be done. All right. Grab the rag real fast, wipe this down and see how it looks. It might have to go in another day. It's only been sitting in there, I don't know, 12 hours. Well, I mean, that's not terrible. I've got to straighten out the handle a little bit. This vise is going to be a painter. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this. It's a, you know, just a small little vise. There's some bad spots on here that I want to cover up. Somebody drilled a hole in the top here. I want to get that filled in with some Bondo or something. And then there's a bunch of hammer marks on there that I want to cover up. And on the anvil section here, let me get the bulk of this converter off here. On the anvil section, I mean, it's tore up. It's beat, it's dinged, it's nasty. But, you know, this is a very old vise. It's a smaller one. Not too sought after. So, let me get situated. And we will come back on the wire wheel, I guess. Okay? Be right back. Alright, so we're gonna start putting these parts through the wire wheel. I'm just using a little wire wheel on this one because it's, well, for one, it's a small little vise. There's no reason to get all crazy with the big one. Stick my little parts in there so I don't lose them. It's going to be a little loud, guys, so I apologize. Come out too bad, huh? It's clean. That's all I can ask for, right? All right, so let's take a look at what we got here. The Acme screw is in pretty good shape. Handle's a little bent, so we're gonna have to hit that on the anvil a little bit, straighten that out. No big deal. The hardware is in pretty good shape. I think I am gonna throw it on my combination sander and clean those up a little bit. They've gotten beaten up throughout the years. The retaining ring is in good shape. I just got to put it back in, tighten it up whenever we're done with the restoration. The jawls, unfortunately, are not in very good shape. There's not much texture left to the grip on them. But I'm going to sand down the edges of them, make them look as good as I can without taking a lot of material off there. And I'm just going to put these right back on. This is going to be a market sell, so I'm not too worried about the restoration factor, other than I want to make sure that it's clean. I wanted to make sure all the rust was off it. The shaft here, I am going to sand that down. It's a little rough. I'm going to leave this metal, not paint it. This head's going to get painted, and of course this section's going to get painted. Acme screw and handle is not getting painted. Jawls, of course, are not, and neither is the hardware or the retaining ring. So this is only going to be our basically problem area here. The anvil on this has been used and abused for years and years and years. It's concave, there's hunks of it missing. So what I think I'm going to do, because this is going to be a painter, is square off the little anvil section. There's actually a chunk of it missing on this corner. I'm going to square this off and use Bondo, fill in that, fill this in. All right, so we're over here at the combination sander, and basically what I'm going to do is the jawls, I want to sand down the edges, get those looking pretty good, and then the hardware, I want to sand the heads of these down, get them flatter looking. Okay. That's better already. I'm not looking for perfection. Just looking to clean them up. Well, that's it for the little hardware. We got it cleaned up. I mean, it's not perfect and it's not terrible either, so I'm hoping that I can reverse these. So this dinged up side that was originally on top, I'm hoping that I can flip it and have this side facing up. I don't know if I can because of the thickness of the metal. Who knows? We'll see. All right, so we got our hardware done. We got the jawls cleaned up. These two pieces we're going to set off to the side for right now. These we're going to move. I want to focus on the handle. It's got a nice little bend in it. I want to try and get that out of there and then throw it back on the wire wheel to do a better cleaning on there than what I have. So I have a piece of train track here, and what I think I'm going to try and do is put the handle on there like this. I don't know if you can see that or not because of the angle, but you see the bow in it. I grab my hammer and try and flatten that out. The camera's going to be shaking around. I do apologize about that, but that's what we can do. So Slight bow on this side. Maybe put that one a little too far. There we go. That's straighter than it was. I'm happy with that. I can totally live with that. So little things come in handy, don't they? Put my handle back. So I'm going to run this on the wire wheel again. I'm going to do that off camera. There's no reason to see that again. But I thought I got it cleaner than what I did. Alright guys, be back in a minute. Well, here it is. Handle straight. Threw it on the wire wheel again, cleaned her up a little bit. I do want to spray it down with some brake parts cleaner. See if I can't find that right quick. Here it is. Use an old trusty rag here. I have some sort of greasy buildup on my wire brush, or wire wheel over there on the drill press. I guess I should clean that too one of these days, but anyway, I'm kind of happy with that. I think I'm going to throw this on the buffer, give it a nice good buff job, and that'll be it for the handle and Acme screw. Hardware's done. I'm just going to leave that as is. So that needs a buffing. Hardware's done. So now we got to step over to this stuff. And I want to add a washer to the front, because when we got this I noticed that there's a lot of play in it. It would be nice if I could find a bushing to fit in here to take some of the slop out of it. See how much slop's in there? I don't particularly care for that, but yeah, to get a bushing in there would be nice. I just don't have any, and I don't have the equipment to make bushings. I'm not as fancy as the other YouTubers, and I don't have milling machines. I don't have anything like that, so this is bare bones YouTube. This is you know, kind of fly by the seat of my pants and do what I can to try and make this stuff look good. So let me spray this down with some brake cleaner, and we'll see what we got here. I keep calling it Bondo, but it's just body filler. Well, it is Bondo. Hopefully I didn't put too much hardener in like the last time. And I always put way too much than what I need to. But rather have too much than not enough, you know? Let me try and fill in this little hole here. And I mean, literally all I'm trying to do is put a very, very light coat on there, because I don't want to spend all day sanding this stuff off. Just enough to where it fills in the hammer marks. This side, on the other hand, gonna need a lot of work. So I'm gonna paint this stuff on pretty thick here. Best coverage that I can get. Are these guys still in frame? Yeah. Well, don't want to get Bondo all over my camera. See how I'm like pulling the knife across it? I'm literally just trying to skim coat it and fill in these craters. Like I said, this is going to be a painter, so I don't mind using the filler on this. Ordinarily I wouldn't use filler at all. I would just sand this out. But like I said before, this is going to be a market flip, so for me it's not beneficial to spend a whole lot of time on this because I'm not really making anything. I'll make 15 bucks on it, but that's about it. Excess off there, and there. All right, Bondo's starting to harden up. So we know we mixed our ratio pretty good. All right, I'm happy with that. Let that cure and do its thing. Get it in frame here. Let that cure and do its thing, and we'll be back so we can sand that. So what I'm going to do here is literally just prime it. I want to get a good layer of primer down. I'm using etching primer. And I'm literally just spraying enough on there to where it'll quietly do its thing. And I'm just painting up the bottom of this. Putting a quick coat on there. We're using the Rust-Oleum hammered. I believe it's Verde. So it's my go-to paint for these little projects. I'll let that dry up. So I just want to put a real thin coat of grease on this. Just enough in case any moisture gets behind it. It's not going to do anything. So I want to try and get this side up. I don't know. Oh yeah, it'll work. The holes don't line up. Well, they're definitely directional. That's a shame. Again, just a little dollop of grease on each screw. I don't want to run into a situation later on down the road. If I were to keep this, I'd put like anti-seize on there. But grease works just fine. I do have some anti-seize. I kind of should have put it on there, but corner of the rag, the extra bit of grease off there. Any that might have spooged through, none did. Set that off right here. This piece. Should be using a little bit bigger of a screwdriver, but again, clean a little bit of grease out of there. Okay. I'm going to put just a little bit of grease on this, just enough. Don't want a whole lot, just enough so it runs. There we go. And of course the Acme screw. I'm only putting grease on one side because as you thread it in, well, you guys know. It's all going to come spooging out anyway. I polished up the handle a little bit with the buffer, so that's kind of cool. Then we got the retaining ring. Ah, I did it again. Wish you guys would have caught me before I did that. There's always something. Every video. See? This is where your comments come in. You're supposed to say, bruh, wait. I forgot to put the retaining ring in. Then I would have said, ah. Then I can check the time, see who's actually watching, see who's the first person to make the comment. See, make it fun for me, guys. Don't worry about your needs, worry about mine. The whole world needs to remember it's, what about my needs? So this is where it was stubborn the last time, because I didn't bend it really enough. So let's see what we can do here. Get creative. I literally just need to pop it on there just a little bit. This side. This side. There we go. Oh, come on. I sanded the hell out of that. Why is it so tight? That's okay. I don't mind doing this for a couple of minutes, as long as you guys don't mind. Alright, so we're good there. I just need to crimp this. Let me find the best tool to crimp this with. So I can't get a pair of needle nose in there. So I'm going to try these. There we go. Let me clean up my workstation here a little bit, and then we'll take as a nice little outro video. What do y'all think? Alright, so since I'm left-handed, it's going to be very hard for you guys to see this. There's the vise. That was a fun little project. That only took, I don't know, I'll say roughly 4 hours. There was nothing hard about this at all. It was very simple. It's a very small vise. Look, my hand is almost bigger than it, you know? So, not a big deal to do this. Like I said, I had fun doing it. I like doing this color, that Rust-Oleum hammered sage. I think it looks, or sorry, Verde. I think it looks good. The lettering, it came out alright. It's a small vise and the lettering's all scrunched together. That side kind of looks a little bit better. I got a little sloppy with the O in the end, but other than that, it'll be a good market sell. You know, I'll put a price tag of $40 on there. I'll take 30, 35, whatever. You know, I'm not too picky when it comes to these because there's thousands of them out there, and this one's got kind of the right look. It's got the scars, it's got the patina, it's got the age. It's a Columbian, so I mean, you have people who like Columbian or people who don't, and Columbian guys will buy a Columbian Vise any single day. It doesn't matter. That's about it for this project. I think we'll close it out with stay safe, be safe, and that's about it. I'll catch you guys next week with another video. Stay tuned. Thank you for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Bye.